and welcome to Visit Britain Weekend Itineraries, things to do on a weekend away around the UK. Today I'm in Pendle in Lancashire on the trail of the Lancashire Witches. It was here 400 years ago that the trials of the Lancashire Witches took place. I'm going to follow the route they took through the Ribble Valley and the Forest of Bowland to stand trial at Lancaster Castle. To get here, I took the train to Preston and picked up my hire car. The Witches Trail is around 30 miles, so a car is definitely recommended. And this is where the trail begins, the Pendle Heritage Centre. The Heritage Centre offers an art gallery, a tourist information centre, a garden tea room and an 18th century walled garden. In the museum, you can learn about the history of the farmhouse. The farmhouse was built by the Bannister family in the 1400s. Members of the Bannister family actually lived here right up until the 20th century. And in fact, it was the family home of Sir Roger Bannister who was the first man to break the 4-minute mile. You can also learn about the Pendle Witches in a fascinating exhibition on the subject. Well, now I'm off to explore and find out the history of the region at St Mary's Parish Church, which is just 10 minutes away from the Pendle Heritage Centre. There has been a chapel here since 1250. On the western face of the tower is a carving known as the Eye of God, which was thought to watch over parishioners and protect them from witchcraft. It was rumoured that the witches stole bones from the graveyards to use in their spells. And if you look carefully, you can find the grave of a member of the Nutter family, probably related to Alice Nutter, one of the Pendle Witches. Well, I've had a lovely morning and now I'm feeling a bit peckish, so I'm here in Downham Village for a spot of lunch. Sometimes known as the most beautiful village in Lancashire, Downham Village has been owned by the Ashton family since 1558. There's a fantastic view of Pendle Hill from here, which I'll be climbing later on. But before that climb, I'll need my energy, so I'm here at the Ashton Arms pub for a spot of lunch. There's plenty of choice, including the Pendle Hill steak, but they specialise in seafood, so I've gone for the seafood platter. Well, I've had my lunch and I'm now ready for my climb up Pendle Hill, and I'm starting here in the beautiful village of Barley. Pendle Hill rises above the surrounding ancient hunting grounds, once the home of wolves and wild boar. It's still an untamed place full of mystery and steeped in legend. It's a great way to enjoy the open countryside and these fantastic views. The walk to the 557-metre summit takes around an hour. And when you get here, the views are well worth it. Well, after a good day's walking in the Pendle landscape, I've now arrived at my hotel. I'm staying here at the Higher Trap Country House Hotel on Pendle Hillside. It's set in 4 acres of magnificent terraced gardens and is a perfect spot to stay on your visit here. You can expect a first-class menu, panoramic views and that famous Lancashire hospitality. Well, it's day 2 and I'm here in Clitheroe in the Ribble Valley to see the smallest Norman castle in England. Legend has it that the devil threw a boulder from Pendle Hill, creating a giant hole in the wall that you can still see today. He must have had a good shot. Inside the Castle Museum, the New Look galleries take you on a journey through 350 million years of history, heritage and geology of the local area. There's also an exhibition on the Lancashire Witches. And before you leave, make sure you climb the ramparts to check out the magnificent views of Clitheroe, Pendle Hill and the Ribble Valley. Well, after a morning exploring Clitheroe Castle, I'm now off for a spot of early lunch in the nearby village of Waddington. With lunch and dinner menus served 7 days a week, it's the perfect spot to refuel. There are also 6 beautiful bedrooms here, so if you fancy an overnight stop on the Witches Trail, this traditional inn is a great choice. I'm going for the steak and ale pie, washed down with this, a pint of waddies, made by local brewers Morehouses. Taking the trail through the Forest of Bowland, you will pass through the tiny village of Dunsop Bridge, the official centre of the British Isles. The Forest of Bowland has been officially named an area of outstanding natural beauty. On your route to Lancaster, you'll pass through the Trough of Bowland, a valley and high pass known for its stunning beauty. This steep, narrow road reaches 295 metres above sea level and is the most direct connection between Dunsop Bridge and Lancaster. Just outside of Lancaster is the Jubilee Tower. Built in 1887, it commemorates Queen Victoria's Diamond Jubilee. From this viewing platform high on the fells, there is a superb view over the Lancashire coastline from Blackpool and Fleetwood to the sweep of Morecambe Bay. And onwards to Lancaster to see Lancaster Castle. It was here that the Lancashire Witches stood trial before being hanged on the moors above the city. Many alleged witches stood trial here, the most famous being the Lancashire Witches in 1612. 2012 marks the 400th anniversary of the trials, so look out for a host of events taking place to commemorate this piece of history. One of the most memorable bits of the tour is being locked up in one of the cells. It's only for a few minutes. You can see more relics of the castle's past in Hadrian's Tower, where the walls are 3 metres thick. Around the walls inside, you can see an impressive array of shackles, manacles and neck irons. Well, before I get my train back to London tomorrow morning, I'm off to finish my day at the Penny Street Bridge Hotel. This Victorian listed building also boasts a restaurant and bar with a fantastic menu. Sadly though, that brings me to the end of my fascinating trip here on the trail of the Lancashire Witches. See you on the next itinerary.